Thank you, Ms. Geeta, for the interesting and amazing inaugural speech. Ladies and gentlemen, may I call upon Professor Dr. Amya Bhaumik, President of Lincoln University College, for his keynote address. Please welcome, Doctor.
I'm going to chant a mantra which is summary of the relationship between teacher and student. You may, if you wish to. Om Shahara Bhavatu Sahanau Virjam Karvavahai Tejasvi Navaditamastu Ma Vidvisavahai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Respected Swamiji and my colleagues, friends and followers of Swami Vivekananda. It is my great pleasure. Swamiji asked me to speak that what has inspired me to start Lincoln University from the scratch. Let me give you a little bit of my own background of my father was a headmaster and founder of 2 schools, and as long as my father was alive, I was the most naughtiest boy in the school as well as in the family. Very, very naughty. If I share with you, it will take perhaps one whole day. But you can think of childhood, just middle of teenager. When I was 14 years old, that's the time my father passed away. I was very naughty, but while my father was alive, my mother still is alive, she is 95, but I have to be very careful what I speak with her. Very careful. She literally judged my every single word. Such a strict disciplinarian. And my father was a loving man at home, but in school, strict disciplinarian. I remember when I was in Form 2, he used to teach me English and history. And he failed me in history just by 1 mark and made me repeat the whole 1 year. All school teachers were against him, and they reviewed my paper and they told my father that, look, you have marked your own son's paper very strictly, whereas other students you have marked very liberal. You know what he said? He is my son at home. In school, he is student as equal to us. And one day, while all this going on, one day my father and mother asked me, hey, what you want to be in your life? I said, I want to travel all over the world. And then they said, you don't study. You are the most naughtiest boy in the schools as well at home. How you are going to travel? You know what I replied? Maybe I will be housemaid or house servant of a rich man, and that man will take me all over the world. You know what? My mother immediately came and slapped on my this. And my father, he also stood up. He also slapped me. And both of them said, "This is the last time you want to hear from your mouth that you will be a servant or a maid of a rich man who will take you all over the world. Rather, you should take people with you all over the world." Ladies and gentlemen, I did not know that time. I remember that was only 12 or 13 years old. I did not know that. But how that childhood thinking, childhood ambition was working on my mind unconsciously, I will share with you later on. And I was so much of naughty. My father used to tell me, "Son, you will not give me value of your father or mother, but the day when I die, you will realize importance of your father." Because my mother used to be very strict disciplinarian, and still she is. And my father at home, fantastic man. He will not leave, he will not eat if I don't eat. If I don't sleep with him, he will not sleep. But school, no compromise. So when he passed away, 1976, 14th November, I didn't have a chance to see him though. 15th November, true enough, my own relative, my own brother, what he said, and until now, it really tells me that what a human life all about. Let me share with you what Ramakrishna taught Swami Vivekananda. We often say work is worship. And I will share with you what exactly Ramakrishna wanted to explain to Swami Vivekananda. Work is worship. And 15th November 1976 onwards, the whole my lifestyle of so-called naughty, it's like gone. Gone just within less than 24 hours. Gone in a sense, my father was a smoker. And one day I took one cigarette, I smoked. My mother told him, "You are the culprit of making your son to be smoker." And my father promised, "I drop now." And he dropped. So those are little lessons. And he used to tell me those days that life, human life, is no value if you cannot offer your life to the Supreme Almighty. Now, Supreme Almighty, I don't know, you don't know. But we all give different kinds of terminology, different kinds of belief, but we know that Supreme Almighty. But it is very hard, the traditional way of realization who we are. So I will share with you one slide from YouTube. And I want you to read through that what Swami Vivekananda's main philosophy is: work is worship. And as Dr. Poddar just shared with you one slide, pick up one idea in your life, just one idea, and work on it. So I picked up this work is worship idea, and today Lincoln University College Malaysia is an example of what I and my team members, our staff, they are with me, because without that you won't be able to see Lincoln today. So let me share with you, please. That's what Ramakrishna told Swami Vivekananda, that work is worship. Now, people would often tell me that it's very hard to follow. And I'm sure you all have heard Swami Vivekananda, believe in yourself. If we apply that believe in yourself and take up this work is worship, and I believe all of us can conquer the world. So coming back to, I have worked not many places though. Worked for NCERT, National Council of Education Research and Training, Delhi, and my job was, that was my first job. My job was to evaluate the secondary schools curriculum all over India. That time 29 states. I traveled all states, all districts, because I had to collect data from each of these districts from 3 schools. And those days flights were not common. Travel by train, by bus, by cycle. Even in one of my collection of data, there was a big flood in Arunachal Pradesh, northeast. I had to take the boat, cross, swim to collect data. Seen real India. From rich to the poor. Then I left. Worked in Europe in UNESCO project. Left. Was Director of International Affairs for Ottawa University. During these 2 tenures, I may have traveled more than 100 countries. And my hands used to be tight when I used to work for Ottawa University. Because it's a government university. And used to be, I cannot do this, we can do this. And I used to be on the road most of the time. And my boss, who happens to be now our Chancellor, is coming on 22nd February because we have a graduation. And my boss always now he tells me, hey amigo, I used to be your employer, now you are my employer. Wonderful man. So it was somewhere early 90s. I was in Rwanda, civil war time. And walking on the street and saw a man sitting on the street, and I could count all his bones. By the way, I'm a student of anthropology. We have physical anthropology where anatomy is thoroughly studied because we have to study the human evolution. So I could count each bone. And I had 2 pieces of biscuits in my pocket. I took it out and gave on his hand. And as he was slowly putting that hand to his mouth, the biscuits touched his lips and he passed away in front of my own eyes. Still that incident haunts me. I said to myself, what a blunder I have done in my life. The blunder of decision. That instead of giving those biscuits into his mouth, I put it into his hand. I wish I would have put those 2 pieces of biscuits into his mouth and he would have alive. That was the day the whole life of my pattern, thinking completely changed. Completely changed. At that point in time, this work is worship was literally vibrating in my head. That no, whatever I have been doing, by the way, salary, the huge, you can't believe it. Used to draw salary like $20,000 a month, plus hotels, you name it, everything. I said, no, this is not going to happen. And so since that day, my mind was, always everything changing something. I was not happy. Came here, teaching at University Malaya and also teaching college. But one day I decided, no, I just resign. So I have an adopted sister over here, and I said, I'm going to resign. You know what she said? You are always resigning good jobs. University Malaya, professor, you want to resign also? Hey, what will happen when you become old? Who will take care? I said, oh my goodness. I did again blunder over here by telling. So what I did? I left here, went to Nepal, resigned job. 6 months traveling in Nepal, various Himalayan zone, came back home, and she thought, I'll go to UM. She asked, are you not going? I said, no, I have resigned. 6 months, she did not speak with me. Everything in writing. But I started. Give the name of the company called Vivekananda Higher Learning Singirianpira. Started journey in 2000. But very difficult to, and I had only $1,500. That's all I had. Because I used to spend money. But what I had, 2 important Swamiji's: work is worship and believe in yourself. That used to vibrate, or still vibrating, in my ears. So, apply. By the time we got approval, it was 2002, and that time name of Lincoln was not there. It was called Maha Institute of Technology, MIT. So as we got approval, within few months, people thought I was connected with our then Prime Minister, Mahathir. I said, oh my gosh, I landed in another problem. I need to change. I need to change the name. Otherwise, man, I'll be in big trouble. I couldn't change the name to Vivekananda because my vision, mission was completely different. And the name Vivekananda, if I give the certain area, I will be some kind of different thinking, of course. I'm not a monk, so I could push that. Swamiji, forgive me. So I was thinking that a name will reflect what Swami Vivekananda wants, or what Swami Vivekananda is teaching us, and at the same time, the institution name will reflect what we are. So I had few choices: Mahatma Gandhi, Vivekananda, Rishi Arvind and President Abraham Lincoln. By the time I taught for a while at Lincoln University in America, so I had good friends there. I did discuss with them and so forth. And I thought President Abraham Lincoln's philosophy and Swami Vivekananda's philosophy, Mahatma Gandhi, Rishi Arvind, and Tunku Abdul Rahman, those are great people. President Abraham Lincoln would give a fantastic name. So when we applied to change the name, our ministry asked me, you must get approval from Lincoln University. I said, oh my gosh. So I applied, and the Lincoln University, asked me to pay some money. My gosh, where do I get? I didn't have money. But the Swami Vivekananda's philosophy, believe in yourself. If you really hold that belief tightly in your head, all those obstacles run away. I have seen in my life. Gita, I met Gita in the High Court, which I will tell you. In the High Court, I didn't know her, all right? High Court. And then we became a little bit, I'll tell you later. So, what all of us need to do that inspiration, we read lots of books. Every morning in WhatsApp, we get lots of inspiration words. But how many of us actually can apply on our daily lives? That's very important. That's very, very important, what I have learned in my life. So, managed to change the name, and journey started. Then in 2008 or 9, I was applying for medical courses here in Malaysian Medical Council and Ministry of Higher Education. So my own management said, hey man, you don't apply. They are not going to give you approval. They are not going to give you approval. And it's a lot of internal obstacles. And I love those people. I love those people who will tell me that you cannot do this. I bless them. I pray for them because they are my true friends. They are my true friends. They are testing how much I believe in Swami Vivekananda's philosophy. How much I believe in Ramakrishna. I applied. Got approval. Started the program. Medical program. And, excuse me, we had the highest medical seats approval in Malaysia. None of you know perhaps. But in 2013, the council came and said, no, we are stopping your 3 programs, 3 medical programs, 1 program. I got a shock. I took them to the legal process, and that's where Gita came in. And through the legal process, I have won up to federal court. Again, I was warned by my lawyer that going against, you will be suffering. I told my lawyer that I'm not a businessman. I am a follower of Swami Vivekananda, and my objective is, what is worship? In our Lincoln University website, if you go, you will see The vision is very clearly written. The vision is that Lincoln will provide education to everyone in the world by utilizing modern IT, artificial intelligence, and create a noble society. Create a noble society. So, if that is the vision, why should I be controlled by these external factors? And I went ahead. Today, I am very happy to announce that what Lincoln is doing globally. In 2011, I was going to Mogadishu, Somalia. And that time, Mogadishu was really in a height of civil war. I love to go to these places. And these are the places, actually, people need you. People need you. And if you can deliver, life is really. So 2011, when I told my sister that, I'm going to go to Somalia. Oh my gosh, I couldn't find my passport. Some of my colleagues said, hey, you must be mad. I said, okay, now I know what to be done. After 3 months, I said, I have a meeting in London. Have to go. So everybody kept quiet. I went to London and had a meeting in London, 3 hours. After 3 hours, I had a connecting flight to Nairobi. From London to Nairobi, and then Nairobi to Mogadishu next morning. I went there to Mogadishu. My colleague came to the flight with bulletproof jacket, bulletproof helmet, everything. From airport to the hotel, if I walk, it will take less than 10 minutes. But because of the security, via the car, I sat down in between 2 security guards, and front security guard is an armored car. It took me 1.5 hours. And today, we have almost 2,000 students are studying, but before that, maybe graduated almost 8,000 in Somalia. And getting Lincoln degree, they have migrated to Europe, to US, to UK. Some of them are working for United Nations, and I was told Lincoln played a great role in reducing civil war. That's called work is worship. That's called believe in yourself that we can do it. Just to let you know, I also started program in Kabul and Kandahar. I went to Afghanistan during the Taliban regime. And I have been invited again, February 20th, to deliver a speech in Kabul, and I will go. So what I'm trying to say this, that the inspiration word, it doesn't come from outside. It is within you, whether you want to apply or not. As you have seen, you have to put the slide, that education is manifestation of perfection which is already existing in each and every humanity. In other words, that we are actually child of divine Almighty. Almighty is the only one, but different human being gives different terminology to suit their belief and faith, that's all. So, to make this literal meaning of work is worship, what it means that when I am doing something for anyone, any human being, that human being, as Swami Vivekananda puts it, that each one of us is a divine soul. In other words, if I am doing something for you, I am not doing for you. But most of the time, I'll share with you, can you show the second one? Let's read that. this is all about. That obstacles in our daily life will be there. And what I have learned, the more obstacles come into your life, you are about to achieve your success. That's what I have learned. And this is what Swami Vivekananda tells it. That under any circumstances, if you pick up an ideology, if you believe in yourself, if work is worship, that under any circumstances, that tsunami, even tsunami should not allow you to derail it. Firmly hold on to it, fight for it, and you will have it. This is what Lincoln University College all about, my friends, etc. So we have currently 160 over programs. Students get benefited. We have students, poor countries, and it really inspired me. Throughout my life, I enjoy doing what I'm doing by implementing, by reading Swami Vivekananda's philosophy. We all read Gita on a daily basis, but to me, Gita is a perfect example of entrepreneurship. I give you one slogan, and then I wouldn't take longer time, because Swamiji will be speaking. Karmanne badhikarasti ma phaleshu kadachana. So we take it in a religious that I have a right to work and I should not ask for result. But actually, it is nothing but it's the characteristics of an entrepreneur. The entrepreneur must be always positive thinking. Under any circumstances, do not allow to have negative thought process. The moment negative thought process coming in, that's where the entrepreneur cannot be success. So what does it mean? I am an entrepreneur. I have started this Lincoln, and I had objective of making money. I am not able to make money, so I give up. No. Karmanne badhi karaste ma phaleshu kadachana. I have a right, keep on doing, working for Lincoln, because I have a good philosophy that work is worship. Many students will be educated. Many staff I have brought in from many interior area. They got experiences. They have changed their lifestyle. They have changed their family. They have gone back or migrated to other places. I have no regret. I am doing my job. Work is worship. So finally, I would share with the last third slides. That's all about Lincoln. Friends, colleagues, Maharaj. This little life, what I have learned, that as somebody said, nothing will go with us. Nothing. Chasing after money, chasing after building, chasing after car, chasing after name, fame. I have realized that nothing is going to go with me. But what will go with me? That my students who have benefited from the Lincoln and their little prayers and blessings will be my biggest assets to carry with me. That's all I have realized in my life. Sometimes people ask me how many countries I have traveled or which country I didn't go. I have no idea. I have even interviewed President Mikhail Gorbachev, the then Soviet president. So I have seen, I have lived from the rich to the poor,